Yeah, Joy Villa on the track.
So many people trying to stop me from speaking. So many people trying to keep me from thinking. But I'm awake and I'm tired of sleeping.
No going back, no going back. Mental prison, slavery of the mind. Education keeping us in line. Propaganda controls our youth. Stolen culture, broken truth.
In place of conversation, the system that we've got won't solve the situation. My thoughts ain't got nothing to do with my persuasion. It's more than just a race relation.
Choose life, freedom's what you find. Break chains, free thoughts not a crime. Propaganda controls our youth. Soul culture, broken truth. Activities exposing the toxicities. Who's the truth? Good morning, Joy Tribe. Welcome to the Joy Villa Show. I have some sad news to report. We have Val Kilmer has passed away at 65 years old. Welcome to the show, the Joy Villa Show. It's going to be a little bit sad here. And also, the Democrats are mad at Trump. Again, you'll never guess why, okay? There's always something going on with these Democrats, the Democrats. This is the Joy Villa Show where faith meets fitness, and we talk about the 5 pillars of joy: faith, freedom, finance, fitness, and family. And we tell the truth whether the world likes it or not. I'm your host, Joy Villa. And you know what? Let me just move this because the joy sign has been moved. I repeat, the joy sign has been moved. And I've got my little booty over here because, I'm a glute specialist. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I am a personal trainer. I have my online fitness business, Joy Villa Fitness. I'm a certified personal trainer, glute specialist, 55 and over, fitness specialist, and holistic nutritionist. There we go. And so just to remind everybody to build healthy glutes, I had my leg day today. This is why I have my little girl back there. She's got the glutes and she's got the drink. We're chilling this morning. So yeah, it's sobering news because I actually knew Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer. I knew him. I worked alongside him, and I'm going to share a little bit of that. But first, good morning. We are going to have our scripture of the day, and we're also going to be taking questions from the audience, quotes, whatever you guys are interested in sharing with me. I want to show you my guitar too. Look at that. We've got this new corner of my office. I have a friend coming to stay over, really excited tomorrow. So I might be, I have to wake her up because the office is also our guest room. So in our place. So we'll see if we're going to live stream and she's going to be a part of it, or am I going to have to wake her up and she might be in the bed, over there, and I'm like, hey, there she's sleeping. No, I wouldn't do that, but maybe we'll have to move to a new space. But we've got 130 people watching, so thank you. Welcome to the show. As I said, sobering news, because I knew Mr. Kilmer, just an incredible artist. I just want to show you guys. This hit me particularly hard. I mean, we've had a few really significant deaths, unfortunately, happen this year. So, but this one hit me particularly because I've known and worked with him, and it's hard when you have somebody who's so talented and so incredible. He's only 65. Um, you can see him here. I can't put on all the sound, but you can see, remembering Val Kilmer, this is from E.T. I mean, the man was an incredible artist, incredible, he played so many incredible, he played the Lizard King, Jim Morrison. He was obviously in Top Gun. He was Batman. That's how I knew him. Val, I met him in 2020, so I knew Val for a few years. I got to work with him at his charity that he did for children. It's called Inner City Shakespeare, and I worked because what we did is we had him. It's such a sweet, kind man, by the way. We had our Inner City Shakespeare where we taught inner city kids how to do Shakespeare. Yeah, you guys, literally how to act, how to perform. And I've got to find the photos to show you guys because it was a beautiful thing. I mean, he's such an artist. Look at that, Love Heals. He's also, people don't realize he's an artist. And this was a documentary. This is his Hollywood. I think that's his house, but it looks like he has a Hollywood office art studio, an Inner City Shakespeare. We actually went to his studio, and that's where we did all the rehearsals, all the auditions. And then when he got chosen by Tom Cruise to be in Maverick, Top Gun, we were all so excited for him. I mean, Willow is one of my favorite movies of all time. I feel like crying, not just because he's a celebrity, because it's not just about celebrities, although we don't want anybody to die, but also because I can't say I was friends with him. You could say that in the colloquialism, but I knew him. I worked alongside him. We used his studio. We had conversations, and yeah, it was very hard for him to talk. But this man spoke with so much love, which was just not just with words, but with his actions. He gave everybody hugs. We used to come see him. He'd always hug. He'd say hi to all the kids. Really, really sad, disheartening news. I just heard today that he passed away, and I was like, "What?" And I don't know if you guys have seen, oops, that was my phone, seen him in any films. I mean, Tombstone, like the list goes on and on. I'm your Huckleberry. I mean, this man was so handsome and so talented. You know, um, Such an artist. His studio, I'm going to find some pictures from the studio because I have to show you guys with him and what we did. It was right in Hollywood when I lived in Hollywood. And I don't know if he was a conservative, to be honest. We never talked politics. We never talked, I wish I would have talked to him more about God, but he had his own personal relationship with each and every child that came through there. He would literally talk to them, encourage them to be artists. I mean, this man was such a creative. Look how handsome. Like, face card never declining, okay? Hello, they say face card doesn't decline. By the way, let me know you're watching me, Joy Tribe. Please put a like, subscribe, share, put a like in the comments. I'd love to find out, where you're watching from. if you like the show, what's going on. And yeah, let me know what's happening. If you've watched any of his stuff, have you watched any of the incredible movies that Val Kilmer has done? Have you watched any of the incredible, have you seen his art? Val Kilmer was such an artist. I'm actually going through as we're talking. I want to find photos of his art and of being in the studio. I've got so many photos. I didn't I didn't make set this up because I didn't know this had happened. So I was like, "Oh my goodness." I really didn't, I didn't have that to be like, "Okay, yeah, let me have all these photos ready," because I had no idea that he had passed away until I literally opened up X with some topics and I said, "Oh, I'm praying. I'm going, what are we going to talk about today?" We're going to talk about Val Kilmer. We're also going to talk about Trump. We're going to talk about some politics. We're going to talk about Jesus as we do. We're going to talk about, we're going to talk about it. But this man, if you didn't know his art, I am telling you, his creative endeavors, and I would have kept volunteering. I volunteered for years at Inner City Shakespeare, and we would have kept going had it not been for COVID. That's what ended up stopping our amazing stuff. But this man just had such a big heart. He had such a big heart for children, for women, for artists, for people for creatives, for incredible creative personalities. He wanted to inspire people. He wanted to encourage people, and he did. He opened up his studio. He had art all over. His art was so cool too. And he would let other people use his studio for other artists. He had this really cool art book that you could go through, and it was all kinds of awesome stuff. I mean, look at this man. Hair like you could never like, you know what I mean? This hair. Just his hair. I mean, this man, that's in his studio, that's in his art gallery right there. It was right in Hollywood. He was such a dedicated artist and performer, but just legacy, an absolute legacy of creation, but not just because of that, but because of his heart, because of his very giving heart. That's what I always loved about him. And he was so not like Mr. Celebrity. He didn't have the ego. He didn't have the like, "Oh, I'm Val Kilmer." He had none of that. When I say none, I mean none. Also, he was very humbled, right? He was a very humbled man because of his struggles. He struggled with an illness. He struggled, I believe he had throat cancer. I believe so. And so that humbled him as well. That was it's hard to have it's hard to be fully yourself when you have a sickness, and sometimes God uses sickness to humble us. So he definitely had that heart of love. He wasn't like, oh, and he could have been like, I'm Val Kilmer. I'm a badass. You know what I mean? Like, and I would have forgiven him for that because he's such a creative soul. But because he was so humble, that's what they talk about, that humility. It truly blew my mind. I was not expecting that. I was expecting to be greeted with a very, a person who was really full of themselves or was very, I mean, he could have afforded to be that way. It's not even like I would have been like, okay, cool. I don't think that celebrities have to be humble, especially when they create. Don't be rude, but when they create such masterpieces, sometimes I go, you're allowed to be a little bit cocky. I'm not that sensitive. Maybe because I lived in New York as well. I'm not that sensitive. I'm not like, oh no, this guy was so he didn't, I mean, don't be rude to me, but you don't have to be like so sweet because you don't owe me anything, right? Celebrities don't owe us, and I say celebrities, but like Trump, anybody, Trump's a celebrity, but any creatives out there, they don't owe us anything. But when they are kind, extra kind, go out of their way to be kind, it means so much to me because I know how busy it is. And also when being a celebrity, I am, right? But I mean, I'm not like, oh, I'm a celebrity. I also know it's not hard to be kind to people, to be polite to people, it's not hard, but to be extra kind, to go the extra mile, to, stay after when people want to see you, to offer, as many autographs or pictures or that kind of thing. It does take an extra care because you'll see CEOs of companies who won't stay and take photos with you or won't give you any kind of, extra attention and time. So for a major celebrity to do that, put it in perspective. I know we love to dunk on celebrities, but also celebrities are people too. And he didn't have to be like that. He totally could be a little bit withdrawn. He could have said, just use my space with your inner city Shakespeare kids. He didn't have to be so giving. And that's the difference between somebody who lets fame get to their head and somebody who is like, no, this is one thing I do, but I'm a normal person. I'm a creative person, but I'm also just like you. Stars, they're just like us. But truly, it saddens me that he passed away. I am shocked. I'm going through my photos right now because I want to find the photos of us when I was at his, the incredible art gallery. And I'm at a loss for words, Joy Tribe. I really am. I'm at a loss for words. I feel like we've lost a legend. I'm super saddened by the loss of this legend. I I would have loved to seen him more. I would have loved to go into his studio more, and I would have hoped that I think his son came out and said something about his kindness and what other things he was doing. But I would have never thought, I mean, he was 65 years young, right? Look at this guy. I wanted to see some comments from you guys. It's a somber opening, I know, for the Joy Tribe. Um, I am going through my photos right now to try to find a photo of us. I've got so many activities I was doing in Hollywood. Every day in Hollywood was another event for something else, which I loved it. And especially during 2019, 2018, 2019, 2020. Doesn't that feel so far away now? Those were some particular busy times for me. I'm like, "Oh my goodness. I was so busy. I was so packed, chock full of activities." I'm like, when did I ever have a time? I mean, it's also Hollywood. There's always something to do in Hollywood. There's always somewhere to go, somebody to talk to. And I was always moving and grooving and shaking. I love it. I do miss the Los Angeles artist scene. I don't miss living in Los Angeles, but I do miss the activities. There's also a lot of fake people out there. There's a lot of, false. But I don't hate LA. I don't hate the people in LA. I just know that there's a lot of people that get preyed upon in Los Angeles. But I had so many friends. It's so much fun out there. God has moved me out of Los Angeles and into Florida, where I do have an amazing community here as well, which is great. But there's just, I mean, there's a big amount of people that need help in LA. And then there's also a lot of, because of that, there's a huge amount of people that do reach out and help. And so there's always an activity, there's always something to do. I did love that. There's always like groups that are organizing things. It's easy to get involved in that, especially as an artist. Remember, guys, I'm an artist, so I need that artistic, that energy. That's why doing this with you guys has been so amazing. Like you know, um, being able to do the Joy Villa show has been awesome because it feeds me in a very creative way. It helps me connect with you guys. Nobody should be alone as an artist. And I always say that to people is artists we're a little bit weirder than everybody else, and that's okay. Um, but we need community, not just artists, everybody needs community. We need community. So that's why the Joy Tribe is a part of community. That's why we do what we do. That's why I'm always, being creative and trying to bridge the gap. Oh man, between artists and conservatives and the weirdos out there, and all of us are a little bit weird. All of us are creative. Nobody should be judging themselves, you know. God created us all a little bit different. And that's why I think, artists who dare to still stay cool, to believe in God, to be honorable, to be kind, that's a huge thing because in an industry that wants to take that away from you, and trust me, that industry does want to take that away from you. It is quite extraordinary to be kind to others, to be open to others, to be able to offer friendship and to be able to keep your, Christian beliefs, to keep any beliefs that are not Hollywood and, it's a big deal because it's an industry that likes to feed off of victimhood. It likes to make victims. I've talked about it. Oops. Jenny's calling me. My friend is calling me. She's some I don't know if you guys can hear me. Um, let me tell her that I'm on my live show. My friend Jenny, I'm streaming live. Is she on the show? Can you guys hear me? Okay, good. You guys can't hear me. All right, good. Yeah, I'm seeing some comments that are like, "Yep, yep, bullet." I'm glad you guys are agreeing because I'm just, I don't want to be like I'm just talking, but truly, it's really about being able to reach others, to be weird, to accept who you are, to be able to keep your integrity in a system and in a place that tells us that we shouldn't. That is why being an artist, being a creative who's not falling into, because all of us at some point in Hollywood is going to fall into drugs, witchcraft, um, cheating, promiscuity. I mean, you guys, it's everywhere. It's everywhere, and it's not just everywhere. It's encouraged. So when you're in an atmosphere where that's encouraged, it creates it to where you're like, well, I might as well just do it. So to rebel against that and to say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stand up. It takes incredible amounts of courage, and I know that that's why you guys are so sweet to me and love me because I stood up in that atmosphere wearing a Trump dress, right? In a time where in Hollywood of all places, where yeah, literally people wanted my head for that. Like people wanted my head. They wanted to destroy me, they wanted to hurt me, they wanted to attack me. They did not want me to speak out. They still don't want me to speak out, but I escaped to Florida. And I mean, I hit it hard in Hollywood. It's definitely something that was like, man, you've got to push your values and your morals forward. And I kind of like the more that they tried to stop me, the more I wanted to do it. The more that they tried to tell me don't speak up, the more I did want to speak up. So that's one thing is that it creates an atmosphere. It's like, kill or be killed kind of thing, but you're not kill, but it's like, okay, you're going to stop me. I'm going to keep speaking. It's like speak or don't, it's almost like you're forced to not speak or you either get crushed or you rise up against it. And that's what happens a lot in Hollywood is people get crushed. I can't find this. Val Kilmer's I'm trying to find the art gallery. I'm in my pictures. I wonder if I tagged him in it, because I'm always okay, I have so many art shows. Art gallery. Inner City Shakespeare, one of the best things I've ever done, the most fun volunteer efforts I've ever done, and that was Val Kilmer. Oh, is this here? No, these are art galleries of my other friends. I'm not showing you my screen right now, but I do want to take some comments. I do want to take some, some really great comments and some awesome interactions from you guys. Oh man, I've had so much fun at so many different art galleries. This is why it's so important to organize your pictures. You think I would be like organizing my Val Kilmer picture, but also I'm a bit taken aback. Ah, Inner City Shakespeare. Well, you know what? Let's go to some comments. I'm going to keep searching because I do want to show the picture. Um, yeah. Let's see. Let's get some comments from you guys. Hey, hey, Joy just heard RIP Val Kilmer. I know. Thank you. Hi, JCL. Good morning, lovely chaos. Good morning, Joy and Tribe. Prayers out to Val Kilmer family. Prayers out for his family. The Dems need to grow the heck up and remember that they are supposed to be working for the people. Exactly. Not carrying on a personal vendetta against our president. Preach it. Good morning. GTSY. What does that mean, SoCal Boho girl? We've got 135 people watching. Hit the like, share, subscribe, please, guys. The more the merrier. Appreciate you guys. Okay, cool. We got and if you'd like your comment to be shouted out, super chats always get priority. Good morning, Manuel. Wow. Happy Liberation Day, everyone. Praying for Wisconsin. Praying for Wisconsin. Yes, Pastor Carl. We're gonna have to talk about it today. Sunshine, happy lady. Ooh. I heard he wasn't in the best health for years. Yeah. But he was so amazing, talented, and gifted. Absolutely. Incredible Top Gun Mavericks, one of the most touching scenes I've seen in a modern movie. Praying for his family, friends, and fans. I pray he kneeled our Lord Jesus and he knew our Lord Jesus and is with our Savior. Now, I hope so too. I didn't get a chance to talk to him about Jesus. I hope so too. I actually saw Top Gun Maverick when it was in theaters. Nice. To be honest, one of my favorite movies is one of his most underrated, the remake of The Saint. I never saw that. I'm going to have to watch all his films now. As what verse of the day says, he was humbled and now God has raised him up. Ooh. Okay, so what was the verse of the day? Scripture for the day. Lovely chaos. James 4:10. Humble yourselves before the Lord and he will lift you up. Amen. Humble yourselves before the Lord and he will lift you up. Beautiful. Thank you, lovely chaos. She's our biblical, you know, uh, doing the scripture of the day. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, JCL, for that support. Wow, what a shock. I met him in person at the world premiere of Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Wow, you did. That's awesome. What a legend. What a legend, this guy. Um, and it was amazing because Tom Cruise actually chose him to be in Top Gun Maverick to continue his oh, this is a different interview. To continue his I think that's what they were showing there to continue his work, even though being, he wasn't being considered for a lot of roles at that time. Um, Val Kilmer, this is him on David Letterman in the 90s. Can you guys see it? Yeah. Not yet. Hold on. Here it is. Just what a charming, exciting guy. Sorry, JCL, you said, could you pause that video that you're sharing? Is it this one? What a handsome guy. Look at him. He's acting like Marlon Brando in this video. I can't do the sound because I'll get, the copyright strike. But what a shocker. What's your favorite Val Kilmer movie? I'd love to know. I love this. I want to see the remake of The Saint. I would say Willow. Willow is my favorite Val Kilmer movie. And then Tombstone. Jeremy actually, my husband created a picture of Val Kilmer in Tombstone. He painted an awesome photo of a picture, a painting. And it says, not me, I'm in my prime. It's actually in our kitchen. He should post that when he wakes up. I'll tell him, to be a good tribute to him. Top Gun Maverick is my fave. Yeah, I haven't seen it, believe it or not. I need to see it. I saw the first Top Gun. Great movie. Good morning, RIP to a good one. Yeah, this is a crying shame. Loved him. Well, please like, subscribe, and share, Joy Tribe. Appreciate you guys on the show today. It's a sad, sad day. Me being an actress, loving all his work and being like inspired by him was great. And then I personally met him and worked with him in Inner City Shakespeare. I'm going to find those photos because I'm just shocked. It's such a shock. But this is the Joy Vila Show, and I want to play a video for those of you who are looking to change your fitness, You guys know I am a personal trainer and nutritionist. So I'm going to show you guys this video. I'm going to find a picture. I'm going to find the pictures of me and Val. I'll probably find them on my phone. And then I just want to share this with you. Take a short break, and then we'll be right back. You're not operating your highest potential. You're not healthy. You wake up, you're groggy. You don't feel good. Your physicality isn't up to par with what your dreams and goals are. You feel old already. Do you feel like your hormones are working against you? Do you feel like you just can't lose that last 10, 20, 30 pounds no matter what you do, no matter how hard you try? Okay, you're probably messing up your metabolism, and your body needs a structured, personalized diet and nutrition plan. I have helped hundreds of people lose weight and keep it off. I am a certified nutritionist, holistic nutritionist, personal trainer. I've been through years of study. I've helped people for over 10 years, and Joy Villa Fitness can help you as well. I become your personal coach one-on-one. I've also got assistant coaches and nutritionists to help you. So you actually have a team. It is a luxury experience, and you will lose that weight in only a matter of months. I'm looking for 5 people who want to lose that weight, men and women who want to lose at least 15 pounds of fat and tone up their bodies, become ripped, strong kings, transform mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, become curvy, confident queens, and transform mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. If that sounds like you, then I want to invite you to apply. Go to joyvillafitness.com, get my ebook for free, From Stuck to Strong, read the pluses and the testimonials and the great quotes from people who've been through the program who are better than ever. And, we're talking about 12 weeks. You can absolutely transform your body, get out of the rut you're stuck in, because we are meant to be successful physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So I do believe that there's no works that can get your salvation. You can't earn it, because otherwise that means that God is a liar. How can you work for something? I wasn't there thousands of years ago when Jesus died on the cross, and there's nothing I can do to make up for that. So when you realize that, you truly get humbled. So yes, I've been out on the forefront for pro-life. I've been talking about Jesus, but I wasn't really talking about Jesus the way I do now.
Yeah.
Now I know the difference. That's the thing. It's like
you're unashamed.
I'm unashamed, and I don't have other masters that I'm serving. I don't have other things I'm thinking of, and my life is so much easier because of that. I tell you, the anxiety has gone away.
Wow.
I'm like, Lord, that's why when I got baptized, it was a real transformation. And I don't do it for other people. I did it publicly because that's what the Word of God says. You're supposed to proclaim publicly, right? You're supposed to put out there. I pray that my ministry is my testimony. People who identify as Christian, and they'd be full of hate. I'm like, you're not like Christ.
Yeah, I see that a lot.
Christ hung out with the prostitutes. He preached to them. He taught them. He said, I love you. You're beautiful, no matter what you've been through. That's why, like, even in the abortion context, like, women who've had abortions, we can't be hating on them.
That's right.
Like, oh, you're a baby murderer. They know what they've done.
That's right.
They want love. They need forgiveness.
Absolutely.
But I have to say, if you guys want some health and fitness tips and want to build a body, build a booty, and build muscle and get strong, I am here for you. I feel like a superhero. I love this. And I don't always I don't like to wear like a bikini in the gym, but I like to look hot, but most importantly, functional. And I can't work out in like sweats and t-shirts because I feel if I sweat in it, it feels too heavy. But I always love. I like to be somewhat covered. I mean, it's pretty sexy. Some of you ladies might be like, oh, I wouldn't wear that. But if you're confident in your body, you can wear something like this, but you don't have to. But I like it because it's like, It covers, but it's like sporty, but it's hot, you know? It's just I just love looking like a superhero. What can I say? What can I say? Nobody wears bikinis in the gym. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. A lot of girls are wearing bikini style tops in the gym and tiny little booty shorts, which is basically a bikini. I wouldn't do that. I feel like it's too much attention. Or the up the butt stuff. I do have some up the butt pants, but they're usually black. Like the scrunch butt ones, they're usually black. It's personal, but sometimes I'm like, if I'm checking that girl's booty out, I know every guy is. It's like, but also I look at girls' butts because I love looking at shapes and fitness, and I look at guys' bodies too, but not to lust after them, to be like, oh wow, look at the shoulders, or look at, just because I'm in that world, right? So TMI. Is it TMI? Is it TMI? I think I'm just being honest. But if you guys want to get fit, I'm doing a special. I'm running a special this week. I have my joyvillafitness.com. So what we're doing is I'll show you right now. I'm going to share the screen because I have got this awesome, let's see, where is it? Is that it? Joy Villa? No. I have got, here, I'll bring it up. joyvillafitness.com. Check it out. I'm going to show you here. There we go. Let's see. Can you guys see me? There we go. So this is Joy Villa Fitness. I just launched a new ebook and I'm giving it away for free. So it's a purpose-driven system to build confidence, strength, and alignment. It's faith-fueled fitness guide, okay? So it's helped my clients build confidence, stay consistent, build a strong, balanced life without burnout or restrictive diets. If you want this, it's limited time only. Put your first name, your last name, your email, and your phone number, and then you consent, right? And you get access. And if you need help, this goes to an automated assistant number there, but it'll help you. But Joy Villa Fitness, stuck to strong, faith-fueled fitness. So I wrote this ebook. It's a faith-fueled fitness guide. It'll give you the secret to building confidence, resilience, practical steps to align your fitness goals with your values, mindset, because it's all about the mindset, Joy Tribe, strategies to stay consistent without burnout, simple nutrition tips to nourish your body without guilt, tools to embrace progress over perfection and celebrate your wins. And she's back. So spent that time still going through my photos, trying to find this photo for you guys. I don't know why it's so hard to find. I know it was 2009 when we did the photo shoot at his studio. That's what I really want to do. And then I get distracted because, you guys know me, easily distracted sometimes. Yeah, and then I've got a lot of before and afters from my incredible clients, and so I want to show you guys the incredible clients. If you want to join Joy Villa Fitness, I think I'm getting closer. Hollywood was a very jam-packed time. I also feel like before COVID, there was so many more outdoor events and gatherings. Now, I think obviously we're past COVID, the pandemic. There's a lot more events going on now, but it was just a different time. It's a different time in my life. I constantly was creating and was constantly going to so many different events. I'm looking at this, I'm like, who can take this many selfies? But you know what? Honestly, that was my life. And I was always known as the queen of selfies. I've taken so many pictures, if you guys know how that is. And then also every time you do a photo shoot, you have to do behind the scenes pictures. And every time you do this, and I traveled around the world modeling for years. So it's very much and there's so many promo stuff. I've got memes on my phone. Come on, hello somebody. We got the memes, we got the Hollywood. It's totally like it's totally like self-worship sometimes. You're just like, okay, I'm a little bit tired of looking at my own face. Do you ever feel that way? I can. I like it when I have my makeup and my stuff, and sometimes I'm just like, "Okay, Joy, it's like, we all get it. That's what your face looks like." But also, I you guys love my selfies too, so I'm like, "Okay, I gotta do it for the clients, I gotta do it for the fans." I can't find these pictures, it's really ticking me off. Um, we could do it tomorrow, but I'm gonna actually have Antonio Sabato Jr. is gonna be on the show tomorrow. You guys, Antonio Sabato Jr. is going to be on the show tomorrow. Okay? Let's see what you guys are saying in there. She's back. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It was an intermission because I kept trying to find the good photos so I could get you guys. Oh, I'm such a character. There's so many pictures in here and so many things. Also, when I got divorced, oh yeah, I did a lot of more activities to keep myself busy and to keep myself, occupied. And then there was an election year and we were just rocking and rolling. Oh my gosh. I had too much fun. And then we were near all of the different there was a ton of studios in Hollywood. Right, it's interesting because right before COVID, we had the election, right? It's an election year. And then we had COVID and it was just like everything stopped. Went from all these activities, all these creations, all of these meet and greets, all this stuff to nothing. To now we're stuck at home. And they did that on purpose to keep us trapped and to keep us mentally feeling out of it, like powerless. They wanted us to feel powerless during COVID. Do you remember that? It's so crazy that it's oh me how we did the whole that it feels so far away. I was like, yeah, but that was real. That's what we ended up going into. That's what we ended up having to deal with. Anyways, I'm probably gonna look for 5 more seconds because oh, and I got tattooed by Jeremy. I should have put this on the screen. You guys could be seeing all these photos. I don't know if I want everything to be in my albums though. Look at this one. I got to show you guys this. This is Obama from his first term to his second term. I thought this was interesting. Right? Yeah, during COVID, what did I say? Lucian Burrow, answer me. Are you Israel first or America first? I'm God first, okay? Chill. But I'm definitely America. I think we shouldn't have foreign aid. I think we shouldn't have money going to foreign countries, all of the countries. I think we need to have the money going to America. That's my belief system. But look at this. In 4 years, you can't tell me he wasn't involved in some deep, dark stuff. That's Obama. Doesn't it look like AI? Everything this was before AI existed. So this was his first term when we all voted for him because, a lot of people voted for I voted for Obama. We wanted a black president. I wasn't concerned. I was raised conservative, but I didn't know what that meant. I wanted a black president. And honestly, he had some good points on border control, very much like Trump back in the day. And now, not this isn't now, this is 2016. So this is from 2008 to 2016. And people think, oh, it's 12 years. Yeah, but that's a huge difference for 12 years. That's a 20-year difference, especially for somebody who can get daily massages, skincare treatments, access to private chefs. He was involved in some dirty dealings. Look at his face. Look at the young face there, and now look at him. That's a hardened. That's what all these Democrats get, that Democrat face. It's hardened. That's less than 10 years later. That's 8 years later. What? That looks like his father. That looks like a totally different person. And his face got crooked. So Jeremy my husband has studied Chinese face reading, and when you have a crooked face, he says that shows a crooked mentality. I'm not nobody's perfect face, but we're saying crooked. But do you notice how crooked his face got? He didn't have that face before. Maybe it's hard to see here. One eye, he had even face structure before, but now his mouth, I mean, he has a crooked smile, but it got way more pronounced. Look how much volume he lost in his face. That's how the plastic surgeons talk. The volume. That's crazy. So that's the kind of stuff I have in my phone, guys. I have the behind the scenes of me painting this painting behind me. So you can see I painted the painting. We're just taking a walk through memory lane. People are watching the show and going, I didn't sign up for this, but you did. Um, yeah, I honestly have to find the pictures between me and Val Kilmer. I don't know why weren't in one secure location. Because I just take a ton of photos and it wasn't like that. It wasn't like, "Oh, let me show a picture of me and Val Kilmer." It wasn't about that. It was about me working with him, working with the children for inner city Shakespeare, being able to help others, being able to get kids into a creative atmosphere. Oh, I think I just found it. No, those are conservative kids I worked with. I worked with so many people, you guys. I've done so many fun things. I'm very sentimental. Leave your comments down below. There's Jeremy giving me a tattoo before we were dating. We were just friends. There's my hubby. Look at that. The Maxine Waters effect or the Nancy Pelosi effect. It's Democrat face. Yeah, that's Jeremy when I used to just call him my boo. He was always my boo. And we were friends. This is Halloween. He's so silly. And that's my shoulder before it had any tattoos. That was this one. And he did this one on me. That was right after my divorce. It represents a lot of what I was going through, the cage being broken through. Um, and Hollywood cage. And I just had a whole different breakthrough during this time. I was at the YouTube space. We did the Emmys, Brandon Strock, Walk Away. Guys, I think I'm getting closer. Again, I apologize. It's taking me so long. Who's still with me? Who's with me, huh? Joy Tribe is always with me no matter what. My friend Stefan Arnio, rest in peace. That death really shook me. Some more art. How do people go through never deleting photos in their phone? I feel like I would lose a piece of me if I deleted photos in my phone. I'm such a keeper of pictures. If you've ever taken a photo with me, send it to me and I will save it in my phone. I kid you not. I'm such I'm such a nostalgic person. Oh, and then we have the White House. I mean, me at the White House for Trump's first presidency. What an incredible. Ah, and then that's Rare. He's so sweet. Dream Rare. You guys know him. He's such a sweetheart. That was for Hispanic Heritage. Oh, that was in September. Hispanic Heritage was in September. I thought it was in July. So at least you guys get to see some photos. So, oh yeah, when we did the walk away, this was another walk away event. I'm a walk awayer. Guys, I don't even know if I'm getting close. So I'm just going to stop while I can because it's already annoying me. So what I will do is I promise to find these photos at some point and show you guys. I did work with Val Kilmer. There's so many pictures of me in colorful clothes, traveling. This blows my mind. I did a lot of things during 2019. This is just 2019 I'm looking at. Is this walkaway? Oh, this is when we did the cleanup. Big government sucks. This is when we did the Los Angeles cleanup with Latinos for Trump too. So yeah, you'll find it by tomorrow morning. Carl, I'm telling you, we are with you, girl. Oh, thank you. Let's read some comments. Oh, American Girl, thank you for being on the show. We're usually not this loose on the show. We go through the topics, but have you done work? I have. I did backup dancing for a few artists, and I was a go-go dancer for a little while. And yeah, and I even stripped for a little bit for a short time. I entered a competition, a stripping competition. I won. So I did it for a couple weeks years ago, right? I was never that serious about it. I dated the DJ because he was like, "You're not really a stripper. You're like, you're like a real dancer." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." I just, when you're in your 20s, you're living your best life in Hollywood. And but I did do backup dancing for several artists and backup singing. I auditioned for Lady Gaga to be her backup singer. And then I did dancing for there was a rapper I opened for. I danced on stage at this is all those Hollywood places that you hear about, and I'm drawing a blank. I performed in all of them. I sang, I danced. And so that was good money doing go-go dancing, which was like you get hired to dance at a club. You know, those cage dancers wearing sexy outfits like go-go boots and stuff. I did that in Hollywood for a few years. In fact, my first tattoo, I had a dance, and I had a dance troupe called Miss Joy's Malicious Kittens. By the way, that was my dance troupe. We were kind of a performance, edgy gothic performance base, but we danced, and it was me and my kittens. We would all dress up. It was themed nights at a goth club, Club Hell. You guys remember 2009? Anybody? 2009, 2010. That was a long time ago. So, and Jeremy came to see the show, but I was very theatrical. It looked like a Marilyn Manson music video. Very theatrical, very over the top. Love dancing, but that's the most I would say of the industry. And then, I dance when I sing and I perform. I love dancing, though. I love it. But I've never been a really great, like, learn too many complicated steps. I also taught dance classes for kids in the UK. That was really fun for a short time. So, yeah, that would be the most. What about you, American girl? Did you work in the dance industry? I'm so glad you guys are with me. That's your industry. Hey! So you're like pro. I love it. I mean, I do sing, dance, act. I love dancing. Love dancers. My brother was, and I also auditioned for So You Think You Can Dance. So there was a lot of, you know, um, I wouldn't say I was in the, like, I was not well, I've gotten paid to dance. So technically I was a professional dancer, but it wasn't my overall calling. It wasn't my overall thing. I love dancers. Hired backup dancers when I performed in New York. Love dancing. I love that that's your industry. Dancers know. Dancers and performers, we know about Hollywood, right? We know. So I am a dancer, but I would be like, let me hire somebody like you to be rocking. Ooh, what? Season 4, you made the first 3 I didn't make it past the audition, but my brother did, and he was a professional dancer, and he made it on the promo. He made it on the commercials promo because he dances like Michael Jackson. Regine, he's my adopted older brother. And yeah, he is amazing. He's a great dancer. So you made it first 3 rounds is massive. So you're good. You are good. Heck yeah, girl. I love that. And then yes, we have to protect the kids. That's the whole thing. All these industries have been inundated with crap. We have to protect the kids. So I'm going to jump off here soon. Oh, Ross has a question or has a comment. I grew up in Big Bear dancing at BVDS, Joe Tremaine competitions, and then gave it up to join the military. Wow, Ross. Love it. So I could say I just never I never would have said I'm a dancer, but I wouldn't have been like, I'm a pro dancer because I have friends who dance for Mariah Carey, who did the Grammys, right? Who actually performed on stage, like learning experienced choreography, experience in that. But I did grow up doing ballet, jazz, um, kind of some Latin dancing. I wouldn't say I was like really skilled, but I love dancing. I am a dancer. I can dance. You show me put on any music and I can dance. I can dance. I can dance. Hip hop. I know hip hop dancing. Movement is about, it's awesome. So I admire people who competed and did all that kind of stuff with dancing. Yes, I admire you, American girl. Yes, thank you. Oh wow, ballet. I love ballet. Always want to play in a movie. I could be a ballerina and I could learn point. I should have just did it. I love the discipline. If you have any art form that you really want to learn, like you want to learn saxophone or something, just do it. Just learn it. Even if it's 5 minutes a day. That's better than going, I'll learn it for an hour once a week. Hour once a week is not bad, but it's better that if you chop it up into small bites, study it, keep it going somehow, you know. My brother continued on profession at Ballet San Jose and did tours in Russia. Ooh, that's amazing. And you're right, everyone can dance. It's just moving. It's like everyone can sing. You just have to learn certain techniques. Ballet is foundational for all. Love that. Oh, my husband just woke up. He's watering the plants outside. We have our little garden out there. Absolutely. Everyone can dance. Dancing is like, when you're black, you grow up dancing. So it's like, yeah, we dance. You put on music, you dance. I love it. We got almost 200 people watching today. Yeah, it's a freaking shame that we lost Val Kilmer. It's amazing that we've been able to have so many creative artists. Cinematic legacy. Let me share this tab and then I'm going to jump off. We're going to talk a little bit. I guess the whole show's been about my friend Val. Love him. I mean, I would consider him, I'd say we were friends now because I would say he's my friend. I don't know if he would say I'm his friend. No. I can't say we were best friends or besties, but I did work with him and was friendly. So, I'd like to say colloquially he's my friend, but I hate when people in LA are like, "Oh, I'm friends with that." Like, do you know them personally? Do you have their phone number? Do you go to their house? Um but we were friendly. He was awesome. He was so sweet. I didn't even know he was on X. And I got to find the pictures to show you guys of me and Val. I'm really sad. He was 65. Baby, Jeremy. I think he has headphones on. Oh my gosh, we have to hear this. I'm your Huckleberry.
I'm your Huckleberry. Why, Johnny Ringo, you look like somebody just walked over your grave. I'm your Huckleberry.
Look at this man's acting.
Why,
Baby,
Johnny
Val
Ringo,
Kilmer died.
you look like somebody
Ugh.
over your grave. I'm your Huckleberry.
Come here and talk about it. We're live streaming. I'm so sad. I knew him, right?
Why, Johnny
Yeah.
Ringo,
I met him.
Val Kilmer,
worked
this
with
was one of his
Somebody
most
just
iconic
walked
roles,
over your
Doc
grave.
Holliday. He also
your
killed it in
Huckleberry.
the movie Wonderland as John Holmes. Jim Morrison,
Why,
Mad Mardigan in Willow.
I know.
The Scientist in Real Genius.
Mm-hmm.
Iceman in Top Gun.
Mm-hmm.
He was a legendary. He played some legendary characters, original ones and
It's my
not
husband,
so
everybody.
original ones.
I know.
Yeah, that one I saw that late last night, right before I got into bed, and I was like, oh, that actually hurts. He played some of my favorite characters.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I heard he was a great guy. You told me he was a great guy. Everybody
great
that I
guy.
talked to that's ever met him said he was a great guy.
Yeah, he was so nice and kind. I just spent 30 minutes going through my phone trying to find the pictures because I was so overwhelmed. I just opened Twitter X and I saw that. I was like, what? We have to do the show. I mean, I don't like it when anybody dies, but and celebrities, I'm like, okay, people kind of like over worship.
Shit.
It's like, okay, I make mention, but it's just because they're a celebrity doesn't mean. But with Val
Kilmer,
Willow
was like my favorite. I still watch it once a year.
We just saw Willow a year ago.
Watched it like a year ago. We gotta go. We gotta do a Val Kilmer bender. We gotta watch Wonderland. Oh my god, it's dark. It's so good though.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Val Kilmer's.
Why do I like all these great dark movies?
My baby's great and dark. He's dark meat. Amen. I love it. Get down and boogie for Jesus.
Damn. I ate peanut butter was the last thing I ate last night at like 1 a.m.
Uh-huh.
And there's like a chunk of peanut butter in the back of my mouth that I just got right now. What a flavor saver.
So relatable. He's just like us, Jeremy Lucy. Baby, what about your picture, your art?
What picture?
He was an icon and American legend for sure, Pastor
Carl. You should pull up the image of
your painting of him where it says, I'm in my prime.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're going to end off on that. We're going to show you guys this amazing Val Kilmer painting that he did. It's in our kitchen.
Idea of Doc Holliday on the top of that guy's head.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you need to you should post that on your page, baby. You should post this. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
For more than 5 seconds, baby. And you didn't even sign it, baby. I get so irritated that he doesn't autograph his art because anybody can steal it that way. You know that, right? And we can pass it off as their own.
Steal my shit.
Not me. I'm in my prime. Look at this. Val Kilmer. I should have been, when we got back to LA, I should have been able to go to his studio and show him this. You don't even think about that. I could have literally called him up and been like, hey, you know, I want to show you this. I am so saddened by his passing. Jeremy's saddened by his passing. A legacy, a great man, 65 years old. Val Kilmer, too young. A legend. Absolute legend.
You know who else is going to be bummed about it that doesn't get bummed about anything? My friend Jeffrey.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, Jeffrey, Willow and Doc Holliday. He loved those characters.
I know. My baby, can you try to find the camera?
What camera?
Look at your face on the screen. Get in it, baby. Come closer to me. He just don't care.
She'd be taking up all the couch.
Well, just move on over, baby. It's called being a celebrity in the spotlight. You need to learn your best angles.
Man, I look good from a angle. I'm going to be 50 in 6 months. They say you get the face.
He just turned 49. He's already counting.
Yeah, we're 4 months in. Okay, so 8 months. You know what they say?
The other day he said, I'm going to be 50. And I said that to you.
I made it up.
I said that to you. Get the face you deserve. I didn't
get the face you deserve at 50.
But they say how convenient.
But I'm going to tell you right now, my body hurts. My face looks all right.
Baby, nobody asked you to come up on this live talking about your body hurts.
Oh, baby, you see that. I just woke up.
They aren't watching the Joy Vila show to see some old man talk about his
now
body
it's
hurt.
the Jeremy Lipsy show.
Baby, they can hear you fine. Oh my gosh. Let's get some comments. I found out this morning, I saw a post on Facebook and I was like, you thought it was spam. I know, he was a legend. One of the best, Degenerate. Thank you.
Best to do it.
Nice. JCL really doesn't like you. Can you ask Jeremy to put on a shirt? Why? He's tatted up.
JCL
he's always dunking on you and I love it.
He is attracted to me.
JCL is like, it's not funny. I'm about to know.
Liar.
Isn't it PB&J
JCL,
day?
Can I put on a shirt? Liar.
Keep trolling him, JCL. I love that. He says, I like him. I love it. Well, you guys, we're going to jump off the live. I'm glad my husband made an appearance.
Joy Tribe, you have a good day.
No, not yet. You got to jump off with me. You got to stay until we end the live.
I got to go.
He's like a wild squirrel. Hey, this is a good angle too. Hey, sitting down. So it's been a rough day dealing with the loss of a great man, and I will find those photos of him. But the overall thing is, let's pray for his family. Pray for everybody who has been affected by his death, his friends, his family, his fans. I mean, what a legacy. People are going to come out in droves to honor his legacy, as they should. So rest in peace, Val Kilmer. I hope you knew the Lord and that you're in heaven shining down. I'm pretty sure he did, because he had that humble spirit. He acted so Christian-like. I know he had a personal connection with God, and I'm praying that the Savior revealed himself to him. Yeah. Very nice painting. Thank you, baby. They love your painting. I know he's really good. Jeremy's so good. Jeremy Lipsy. I know the lipstick stuck to his head after you kissed him. I know. I did that on purpose. Laugh out loud. Exactly. Well, I love you guys. So it is real chemistry. Exactly. We've been married for 6 months, friends for 16 years. I love that man so much. So I can tell you that tomorrow, Antonio Sabato Jr. is going to be on my live, on my Lizzie Live. I'm so excited. He's going to be a guest, And if you guys don't know who he is, I mean, he's super famous. He is a celebrity, actor, model, and outspoken public persona. Hello. He is also pro-Trump and he ran for Congress. And he is a dear friend of mine. Look at this. Super awesome guy. Handsome guy. He's 53. Wow. His wife, married, family man. He's done incredible films. Testosterone. I didn't know that. Drifter, The Big Hit, Deadly Skies, High Voltage, Crash Landing, Codename Wolverine, Grace by Night. So incredible actor, conservative. Coming out for Trump was a big deal for him. And he is pro-life, pro-Trump, pro-God. And he came, he's
I have a very special guest.
Here we go.
Antonio
Let's hear
Sabato
this.
Jr. You may remember him from the Calvin Klein ads,
Calvin
General
Klein model.
Hospital, Melrose Place.
There you go.
But this man is a true philanthropist. He gets involved with the government and local city causes, and he's just a great human being.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody out there and to your family as well. Thank you. Thank you again for having me on. I love the state. I love the Floridians. I love the weather and everything. So, yeah, this is going to be my place for a very long time. I wish I would have moved here years ago, but we've been living happily ever after, and right in Tampa, in Florida, and we're proud of the state. We're it's a good place to be.
Yeah, I love Tampa. My friend Matt Mignette has Powerhouse Gym out there. He actually has
go.
2 of them, and they're over
Nice.
30,000 square feet. And every time I go
I wanna
out there, I
go.
always say, I gotta move out here someday.
Just love the area. I mean, we love the weather, obviously, but it's just there's good people that love their country here, and they respect their neighborhoods. They respect their way of life, and we have a government that takes care of its people. So I appreciate that, because there's nothing like working and taking care of your family and knowing that the government is against you. But in the state of Florida, the law
We have a good
enforcement,
governor.
the way they take care of things is done properly by the book. It's not perfect everywhere, but it's certainly it's the opposite of it's what California used to be maybe 50 years ago.
Exactly. And we both are from Los Angeles, or used to live in LA. That's how I know him. And him being a conservative and actor, he said, "Congratulations on your show." He DM'd me and I said, "Oh my gosh, I'd love to invite you on. I know my fans would love it." And so we're going to have him on tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Antonio Sabato Jr., great patriot, great actor, entertainer, model, handsome guy, my fellow Italian Latino. I think he's a Italian Latino mix. I know he's got some Latino in him, but it's mainly the Italian too, which is awesome. So Italian, my fellow Italian man. Yeah, okay, so he's part Italian, Sicilian, Czech, and Ashkenazi Jewish. Oh, I thought he had some Latino in him, but because Sabato could be either one. So he's Sicilian Italian and Ashkenazi Jewish. Very cool. Okay, well he's my Italian stallion brother. Love it. So he's going to be on the show tomorrow live, and we go live every weekday 9 a.m. Eastern, and then Friday we've got the pastor panel, and we're going to have some of the same ministers back. Very exciting. Very sad topic today. We didn't get into the second topic. The Democrats are mad at Trump, but they always be mad at Trump. So we're going to talk about it tomorrow with Antonio Sabato Jr., catch up what he's doing, and I'll see you tomorrow on the Joy Tribe. I'll see you, Joy Tribe, on the Joy Vila Show, where we speak faith to freedom and fitness, family, all of it. 5 pillars of joy. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Thanks for all the comments. Love you. Love you.
Singer and songwriter and former Trump campaign advisory board member Joy Vila is here.
Well, last night I wore my dress that actually didn't say anything. It showed a picture of a fetus, and this painting I painted on my dress. It's one that I had painted 10 years ago, and I recreated it on my dress. And my purse, this is the purse that says "Choose Life." So I chose to represent a choose life, pro-life message on the Grammys red carpet.
Celebrities are back in it to win it. What goes through your mind on?
Well, first of all, they've been campaigning for this, I think, for the last 2 years. You know, Lady Gaga is no stranger to being very politically active, and I think that her management has gone behind the scenes, a lot of sources tell me, to make sure that when Biden gets elected, that she would be front and center.
Talk to me about this look tonight.
Yes, so this look is all about American exceptionalism, freedom. So the hat stays on. They try to kill Trump. He's still alive, thank God. All right. The dress is by Andre Soriano, a gay Filipino immigrant. It represents cryptocurrency, which is definitely the new wave of freedom. And I'm here to make America glamorous again. I think the ones that should be deported are being deported. To be honest, I'm a Latina. My family came from this country to this country legally. And I love to see rapists, human traffickers deported. And so those are the people getting deported, and those are the people that should get deported.
The dog chain? Tell me what's going on here.
Yeah, so this is a cryptocurrency, and it's really like a meme coin. So it's really about memes. It's really about freedom. It's really about this is just a dog with a hat.
Is performing artist Joy Vila.
I think we should not get rid of these statues. First of all, just because we have a statue doesn't mean we're celebrating what happened. It commemorates a moment in history, just like we have a 9/11 memorial. That doesn't commemorate it as something we celebrate. So trying to erase history is not putting us forward, it's actually putting us backward. They're actually attacking the statues to get rid of them in the middle of the night, unlawfully. They're not voting on should we take these down.
Joy, you have been talking about this as well.
Absolutely. Well, I walked away very publicly in 2017 with my MAGA dress, and I've done that at different red carpets. I've been a political activist for a while. But when I came out as a Trump supporter, and I was scared to death to do it because of the bullying, there was no walk away. There was no movement for people like me who have left the left. So when Brandon came fresh on the scene, I was immediately drawn to it, and I wanted to support it. He's had me out at many of the events. I've been able to speak at the events and tell my followers, listen, it's okay to be different, even if you're African American, if you're Latino, if you're gay, straight, whatever, wherever you come from, it's okay to walk away from the left. What I say, this is who I am, and if I don't be the voice of this generation, if I'm not the person who is putting my values above, I guess you could say, self-gain, then what am I doing this for?
Yeah.
You know, I went through very much soul searching in 2016, voting for Trump, going back to my conservative values, walking away. I said, listen, if I'm going to get a platform like this that I've worked so hard as an independent artist, I'm going to make it count for something. So I'm proud to do that.